What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of SlingShot Radio. None of us have any idea what we're doing. This is all going to be off the top of our heads. We don't really have a script. We're just going to see what happens. So, first, we're all going to say hi. I'm Chase. I'm going to be the host and moderator of this show. We've also got the lovable commish over here.
Hey, it's me, the commish.
We've got D Newt over on my left.
Hello. Or Dev.
Or Dev. You can call him whatever you want. You can call him tonight if you want.
But I don't think he can hear you if you call
He probably can't. And then over here we have my dear friend. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Oh, what's up? It's Frankie over here on the right.
We got Frankie over here on the right. We're gonna come at you guys with some unorthodox sports talk. We're gonna mix in a little bit of whatever we want to, because we're just sitting around watching some Monday Night Football, hanging out, eating brownies. Or is that a cookie? Is that what that is?
Subway cookie.
A Subway cookie. Alright, yeah. Frankie is eating the...
Hey, no middle names.
You're right. Sorry, Frank. Alright, so Frankie over here is eating the only cookie that we have. But yeah, so we'll get started first. We're going to talk about some NFL. So what happened this weekend, dudes, that you guys want to talk about? What is that one team from LA? They're not that good, but
Woo!
who are they? What's that team?
Rams,
The
whooping it.
Chargers.
5-2 Rams.
Yeah, the Chargers. That's it. Yeah.
They won.
Yeah, dude, the Chargers are the best team in LA this year, don't you think? I mean,
Who are the Chargers?
dude, you know the team that moved to LA.
Are you
That's
talking about the LA Clippers?
The
the LAC.
crowds.
Every time
Yeah,
I
dude.
see LAC, it's LA Clippers.
oh, it's always LA Clippers.
No.
I'm like, dude, is Blake Griffin playing?
No, the
You
Rams,
know that?
baby. Rams going to the Super Bowl.
All right,
All the
5-2.
way.
We are now the best team in the NFC.
best team
You know
in
who
the
we're better
NFL.
than? The Dallas Cowboys.
A lot better than the Dallas Cowboys. That's not even a debate, though.
I mean, we proved
Everybody-
it to them week 3.
Last night,
Week
like,
4.
all I
I
saw.
almost want to say that I have more faith in the Giants to finish better than the Cowboys this season. I'm not a betting man, or I would.
We
But
got
I'm
these
going
two
for it.
teams.
I know the Eagles will. The Eagles are doing it up.
Dude, the Eagles are
Like,
actually
Washington
really good.
could finish higher than the Cowboys.
Oh,
this
Washington
year.
will
They're
finish
tired,
higher.
aren't they?
They'll finish higher than the
Record-wise?
Cowboys, I think. I think it's going to be. I think Philadelphia and LA are the two best teams in the whole NFL.
I think
And-
fantasy-wise, if you have Carson Wentz, he is a QB1, and he needs to stay.
Oh,
that
without
way.
a doubt, he's going to be.
He is showing his skill.
If he keeps up like the way he's playing, then in the next few years he's going to be like. He's not going to be like Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning level, because like nobody in the world ever has been. But
Well,
I mean, he's going to be the best.
I mean, technically, he is still playing, and Aaron Rodgers is not playing.
Yeah, no, I mean, in 5-6
let's
years.
say right now he's at a better than Aaron Rodgers level.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that state of mind.
No, I'm talking about, but like in
I
5.
hate Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, we all hate Aaron Rodgers.
Frankie hates Aaron Rodgers.
I think that's consensus in the room. But now, Carson Wentz, he's going to be, in 5 years, he'll be the best quarterback in the NFL.
No,
And the Browns missed him and took Kaiser.
They sure did.
Good job,
Kessler.
Browns.
Good,
And Manziel.
great pick. Hey, Manziel
Everybody else.
is a legend, okay? He's one of the best NFL players I've ever seen.
I just want to say that there's just an old wise Scotty man that told me that I heard once down the line that said you should go for Wentz and stay with Wentz. And by God, that's wisdom right there.
Man,
All right?
Scotty knows what he's talking about, man.
If you know an Eagles fan named Scotty, you listen to that man because he knows.
Advice to anyone listening.
Heads up.
If you know Scotty and he's talking to you about the Eagles, he knows what he's talking about. Speaking of, somebody said something about the Browns. Joe Thomas, the unluckiest guy in all of football. He's had to play 10,363 consecutive snaps for the Browns.
I mean, that is pretty
Like-
bad, but I mean, dude, that's commitment. That's
dude,
like
he's
motivation.
he's on the
That-
Browns,
that-
and he said, "I don't care. I'm playing football."
When I realized his snap streak, because I've obviously heard that before, how
Who's this
many
kid?
he's had. Who's that kid?
Dude, he's gigantic.
I'd heard about his streak. How are the Browns bad? Like, you get on a team that's like, this dude's like, hey, I've been playing. I haven't missed a snap in 10,000 games.
Like, dude,
we are
that's-
here to win. We are 0-5, and I don't give a shit. Like, we've got this. And that poor guy, he's hurt now. You know what the Browns season just went through? Nothing. Like, it was already nothing, but now it's literally nothing.
It is. It's average.
Look,
Nothing.
That's
You're,
every other
Hey,
year.
the Browns went to overtime yesterday. That is some of the best news.
You know what that
for
meant?
the Browns ever. They made it. They scored and they made it to
You know
overtime.
why? He got hurt.
Yeah,
He got hurt
They
and they said,
rallied.
"You know what?
They said, "We do it for Joe."
We're doing Joe! Man.
And they almost. I mean, they punted twice in
It just
overtime, which
surprises
is
me.
that's always the best strategy to win a game is have two opportunities for a game-winning drive, and you punt on both of them. That is the key to that. If that doesn't sum up Browns football, I don't know what does. Speaking of the Browns, still, do you guys have anybody from the Browns on fantasy? Because if not, pick them up now. Buy them low, man.
Whoa, what?
Oh yeah, dude. The Browns offense is coming. All right, pick up Kaiser.
I thought that was a joke.
Pick up who is it? What's the Chris Hogan?
Didn't they
is that his
take
name?
out Kaiser for like
Yeah.
3 or 4
Lewis.
games?
Oh yeah, he's been out for a few. I
Like,
mean,
he's back in now, I think. think they
they're
gave him another
basically
shot.
just splitting time because it doesn't matter. They're like, ah,
Dude,
man.
Crazy quarterback, Josh McCown coming
Josh
up with the
McCown
leg.
has been exploding
Lit
for
it
the
up
Jets.
this
dude.
week.
Anybody
John
seen
Pardon
it?
me.
Yeah.
He should
Last week,
Josh
I
McCown
called
is
it.
better than Drew Brees.
Okay, listen.
on the record.
Listen, I called it last
Remember
week.
that.
I called it last week. Chase was playing Yo
was playing
Mama in
Houston.
our fantasy league.
No, I was
No,
playing
you're
against
playing
Houston, and he had Josh
and
McCown.
he picked up Josh McCown, and I said, Chase, that's
He
against
told-
New England defense. That's a sneaky pick. Watch
Josh
out.
McCown, QB1.
And Chase like, that is kind of crazy. And it turns out he had a big game. Houston, crazy little guy, drops him, of course. Your mama
Oh, he
picks him
did?
up. Yeah, because your mama has
Oh.
him now, right?
No, Houston has him now.
Oh,
Your
you
mama
played
dropped him.
and you played Houston this
Yeah,
week?
I played
You
Houston.
Okay.
keep saying
never
Yo
mind.
Mama, and I'm like, who's that?
I thought
That's
I
Zeke
thought-
hit a girl prison, right?
Right. It
Yeah,
sometimes says Yo Mama.
I get confused,
Sometimes-
man. I never know.
Okay.
I never
But
know.
Wrinkles still has him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Hold
saw him
on,
this week.
Wrinkles. That's a good pickup. I
No,
mean,
dude.
I feel strong in that. That's
Wrinkles,
awesome.
if you are listening,
Wrinkles, good job, bro.
Good pickup.
Wrinkles.
That's like-
no, that was good. Like, that was a good play. I called it last week. I told Chase, I was like, that's a sneaky pick. Watch out. And he did it. This week, I
He
didn't
had
know
a
about
rushing
it.
touchdown.
He did.
And he turned it. How many did he have this week?
He had 4. He had 4 touchdowns. One of them being a rushing touchdown.
He had
Yeah,
4
no,
touchdowns.
how many fantasy points did he have?
23.
23.
That's like what we were
Compared to
talking
Drew
about.
Brees with 19.
If we
Drew
were,
Brees had 19. Well, that's actually impressive with the 2 interceptions he threw in the first quarter.
see, that's what I'm saying.
I
If we
was
did
watching
the-
that game, and that was awful.
If we did the 2 quarterback league like we were talking about earlier, like Josh McCown is a solid QB2.
Oh,
like without a doubt.
definite now.
Like him, I'd say him and Goff are the 2 kind of examples of what a QB2.
And
should
whoever
be,
has,
you
I
know.
don't know. But I've been watching this game, and Smallwood runs hard, dude. He's
Yeah.
I don't even know
Houston
who
has
he-
him too.
Smallwood,
Yeah.
Wrinkles. There you go.
So
That's a genius.
who else
Houston.
has shown out in fantasy lately?
Dak Prescott.
Dak
as a
Prescott hasn't been tearing
I
it
am
up.
proud. I picked him up really late in our fantasy. It like 12th, probably 13th round.
Yeah, you got him like real late because you got Andrew Luck early, which is
right,
a
because
great pickup.
Yeah,
that we found out.
this is censored, so I'm gonna be nice and just leave that alone. We'll talk about that after the show.
Oh, okay, that
this
sounds
is a
good.
family program.
Censor
you're
the
right.
subject.
You're
Hate
right.
that. Yeah,
You're right.
I drafted him. I was in a hurry. Late pick. I didn't realize he was injured.
Here's something
But
fun.
Dak, luckily I picked up, and I have Deshaun Watson, so can't complain about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, two of the top 3 players. Alex Smith is number 2.
so,
Deshaun Watson's number 1. Dak is number 3 in all
and
of
Alex
fantasy
Smith's
football.
been tearing it up low key the past 2
Yeah.
years. The Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. No,
record
they
the past
were-
2 years,
they were
like
way under the-
17-5 or
Like
something.
the only team they lost to
17-3.
is like the Steelers.
Yeah, they only
pretty
lose to
much.
the Steelers.
Yeah, nobody else.
Yeah, they
and,
lose to the
and the
Steelers,
Raiders in like a crazy last-second touchdown. But so while we're in the world of the NFL, what else? What else have we got going on this week? Joe Thomas. We talked about him.
Oh, yeah,
missing,
we talked about him a little bit over here on Frankie's side. I looked a little
We
bit
just
more
got
into
some.
that.
Just got some more news on him. so.
He's out for the season. They did an MRI. He really hurt himself, and he doesn't know. He said he's going to look into the off season. This may have been his last season. He may call it after that.
Which really, like, when I
mean, do
watched,
you blame him?
oh, I
Do you
can't
want him
blame.
to come back to
Do
the
you,
Browns?
mean,
do you
so
want to
the
come back and play
Browns-
for the Browns after?
I think really the past probably 5 seasons, he's just been doing it for the streak.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
pretty much just been
Keep it
waiting
alive,
until he
all
missed a
that,
play,
keep it alive.
and then he said, "I'm quitting. I'm not playing for the Browns anymore." I mean,
Right.
why would you? 11 years as a lineman. for the Browns, not a lineman for a good team.
And
But
that's the thing is he's trying. You can tell he's trying. And as a lineman, that's one of the most critical parts of a football team. Like that is the
You just gotta
engine
have
of
heart.
the car.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And in which case, that poor guy, he ain't got no help behind him.
Oh,
It don't matter
no.
how good a lineman you are if you don't have a quarterback and a running back.
Yeah, what's that? He's had so many quarterbacks.
yeah, he's had
Yeah.
like 20-something quarterbacks,
Poor
dude.
guy. I'd leave too.
Oh,
I'd say
I mean, why
retire.
wouldn't
Give me
you?
my money.
Why wouldn't you?
Give me my money. Poor guy.
What do you have to prove at this point? What are you going to prove on the Browns?
All right.
How much more money are you actually going to make? Yeah, I mean, sure, you'll make good money, like, relatively, but, I mean, you're still making Browns offensive lineman money. You know, like, you're not making Giants wide receiver, Patriots quarterback money. You're making Browns lineman money. That's nothing. You know?
Okay, so real question: who do we think is going to get a win first? Cleveland or San Francisco?
Cleveland. The Browns.
Yeah.
The Browns will win a game this season.
How long is it going to take? I don't know.
What's
who
their
they're playing.
upcoming schedule?
Yeah,
I'm
the
about to look
49ers, like, they look so bad.
I think the
Lost by
49ers.
30 to the Cowboys.
Who's that awful
Oh, yeah,
team?
the fucking-
I had them 20th-ish in the power rankings.
They may
Yeah.
go 0-16.
They might. I don't think there'll be an 0-16 team this year. I think the Browns and 49ers will both win a game. But I think the Browns, I think they'll do it first because I think they're better. I think they're better than the 49ers.
Okay, the
But-
They had a
Browns.
chance this week.
The
They
Browns
Took
have.
the Titans over.
Commish, will you look up the San Francisco for me?
I will.
Let's
All
see.
right.
I'm looking at
Let's-
the Browns schedule with you.
Yeah,
so.
Browns schedule is Vikings. They're
They'll
not going
lose
to win
that.
that one.
No, they're playing at
The
home, but
Lions.
they'll lose on the
Yeah.
road.
Jags.
Hold on. Oh, never mind. That's a London game. I thought that said 8:30 p.m. I was like,
They
they're
don't
playing
have
the
a
Sunday
chance.
night game.
The only chance they have is the Bears. And
No,
the
dude,
Bears
they got-
defense I just watched
Hey.
on Sunday, they don't have a chance.
No, look
against
at
the
this.
Bears.
Look at this stretch. Browns at Bengals. If that game's at home, they have a real chance. Browns at Chargers. If that game's at home, they
Bengals
have a
had the
chance.
number 2 defense coming into this week.
I don't care,
statistically.
man. The
They
Bengals
played
aren't.
against Pittsburgh.
The Bengals aren't that good.
They're not Browns bad.
No, but can the Browns beat them? The Browns can't beat Philadelphia. The Browns can't beat the Rams. But the Browns can beat these lower teams, even if they're not better. That team just has to play a bad game.
All right, so
if
you're
Andy Dalton,
where are you calling it? Bengals?
no, I'm saying that on paper they might compete in that one against the Chargers on the road. If that's at home, I might take them over the Chargers. Probably not because of Melvin Gordon. Are you ready for this?
Green Bay.
They're going to beat Green Bay. They're going to beat Green Bay in Cleveland. The Browns will beat the Packers in Cleveland this year.
12-10, December 10th.
That team that just beat the Saints.
They didn't beat the Saints. The
They
Saints won.
lost. Saints came back and
Yeah,
won.
the Saints came back. They won.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They were beating the Saints.
But no, the Browns. I mean, if I'm wrong,
But
what?
no, Larry Scratch or whoever the quarterback is that came off the bench, Waterboy, he got a rushing touchdown and everything, but they couldn't pull it off. Drew Brees said, "I will not lose
But see,
to not Aaron Rodgers."
to pick that game, that's I can't lose in that situation because if I'm wrong, duh,
Right.
yeah, I was wrong. Like,
I'm gonna say
but if you're right, you're a genius, and I'll chop out the sound bit and I'll just put it on my website and say, hey, look at the recording date on this. When I say the Packers will lose to the Browns, and everybody's like, dude, what? He called it. You know?
I don't know. Maybe the Chargers or the Packers.
Let me look
That
at
really
the
are-
49ers schedule.
I mean, they could
I've
they
got it
could
right
beat
here.
the
There's
Bears.
the 49ers, yeah.
Honestly, they could beat the Bears or the Steelers. They almost
That's
beat
a
the.
long
They
time. We're
almost.
talking December.
I know,
We're
you're
talking
right.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's the end of the
Christmas.
year. That's the end of the year.
Literally, last game of the season. Who you
You're
got
right.
over there on 49ers?
49ers play the Giants, possibly.
Oh, they'll be.
They play Giants.
no.
These are the worst. These are the worst teams they play.
No, what's their schedule?
Well,
Schedule.
Eagles next,
Eagles next.
That's
No.
a blowout.
Whoop out.
then the Cardinals.
Uh,
Cardinals look bad.
Yeah,
That-
that might be
didn't
closer
Carson
than we
Palmer just die?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carson.
He did just break his arm.
And AP.
If you do have
did-
Carson Palmer, heads up.
Davy Johnson, he still did too.
Yeah. All they have is AP and Larry
If you have
Fitzgerald without a
AP,
quarterback.
If you have AP, Mr. Asian boy, hold on tight.
Yeah, he's
Run him hard, run
he's
him
their
hard.
whole offense now.
He is the only player they got.
Then they got Giants, Seahawks.
They could win the
They
Giants.
could beat the
Bears.
Giants, see?
What was after
Ford-
the Seahawks?
Bears.
The Bears. They could beat the Bears. I don't know. Mitchell Trubisky.
Wait, so it's the Giants, then the Seahawks, then the Bears?
Yeah.
That's
Okay, when
They've
do
got
they
an
play
easier
the Giants?
schedule than the.
They play the Giants. They have 2 games,
In
and then
3
they play
weeks.
the Giants.
What does it have a date on it?
They might
so
win
it's
that
in
game.
November, isn't it?
Yeah, the 12th. 11-12.
They might
I'm
win it.
saying the
I'll say the-
49ers win their game
You know what?
before the Browns do.
Now that I mean,
After looking at
I
the
said that
schedule.
real quick, but looking at the schedule, dude, no, yeah, the 49ers are going to win before the Browns. 49ers will win. They'll either
I mean, don't get me wrong.
they'll win one of those
Eli
games.
carried them through Denver, but I don't think he's going to carry them past Cleveland.
Dude, and I mean, you mean San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
Cleveland, sorry.
no,
you suck
I mean
ass.
they got a chance to beat Arizona,
Hey, them Cleveland
Chicago.
fans are still Cleveland fans. I don't know if you guys pay attention. They're still very supportive.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
they're
they go
still
to every
showing
game.
up.
All
They
right,
go to every game.
they're representing Cleveland. But yeah, San Francisco, they're going to win a game. They're going to beat the Giants.
I think they'll beat the Cardinals. That's where I'm going to go with their win. I think they'll beat the Cardinals.
When is that? In 2 weeks?
I think they are too. I think 49ers are going to beat the Cardinals.
That's
in
a
2
very
weeks.
good chance. If they don't beat the Cardinals,
Write it
I'm
down.
saying they beat the Giants. That's good.
I like that. They got a much
Cardinals,
easier
poor
schedule.
Cardinals, they do.
Oh, wait, yeah.
49ers are going to end
Browns
After
up.
the
got
Bears,
tough.
it's Texans, Titans, Jags, Rams.
Who's
Oh,
that?
yeah,
for?
they lost the
For
rest of them.
49ers.
They lost
Oh,
the
yeah.
49ers
Like compared to
are
the
done.
Steelers.
They'll get 1 or 2 wins all season, but it's going to be
Right.
right here.
We're talking about all the losses and stuff. Who's going to finish with the best record in the NFL?
The Rams, baby.
I was going to say, okay, Frankie and D Newt over here are diehard, lifelong Rams fans. I like the Rams. They're not my favorite team. The Panthers are my favorite team. You guys will know that. And then this dude over here, he doesn't watch NFL football. He likes one like minor league team. I've never heard of them.
Kamish is clearly a Cowgirls
Yeah,
fan.
yeah. The
He's one of
five-time.
those guys.
He's one of those. Hey, they've won 5 Super Bowls, guys. You know, he's Zeke is already better than Eric Dickerson type guys. You know, Tony Romo is the best broadcaster in sports.
But you can't argue with the
Can you
stats.
argue?
No, you can't.
I mean, realistically, the Cowboys are competing this season, but I don't think they're going to go farther than maybe round 1 or 2. Of the
No,
playoffs.
I don't think so. Just
The
because
Rams,
the NFC,
dude, Rams all the way, baby.
dude, the
I'm taking
NFC,
it.
the NFC is so deep this year.
Okay, so it'll be what? The Rams and Eagles in the NFC Championship?
I think so.
Might
That,
be.
I think the Eagles.
that's going to be scary.
I mean, if you're looking at all the best teams, and before Aaron Rodgers goes down, then the NFC is totally stacked. Because you
Yeah.
got Philadelphia, at that point, Green Bay, you got the Rams. Even though the Panthers are sucking right
We
now,
got the Seahawks.
the Panthers are still pretty good.
Vikings.
The Seahawks are still pretty good. The Vikings are pretty good. Even though the
the
Falcons.
Vikings are all right. The Vikings keep going down and down and down. I mean, who's the
Yeah.
quarterback? Sam Bradford?
Not
No,
even.
it's
No,
not
he's
Bradford.
hurt. No.
Oh.
Case Keenum. But they're still winning. They're gonna
5-2.
win that. They're gonna win that division. I mean, Green
Shout
Bay
out
went
Sam
down. They've got to beat the Lions. Like,
Okay,
it's
really-
them versus the Lions
Shout
for
out
that
Sam
division.
I mean, Pittsburgh is 5-2 still.
Pittsburgh, they
Pay attention
they
to
keep
this.
they keep winning, but they look so bad. Like they win ugly. You know, they don't like come out and whoop
I mean,
a team.
a win's a win.
I know, but I'm saying the way that they play, like I feel like when they play a really good team, like if they end up, I mean, they beat Kansas City, and Kansas City's really good. They're still really good, even though they've lost 2. I still think that Kansas City is the team to beat in the AFC.
It's
They just
either
can't
gonna
beat
be-
Pittsburgh.
What about the Patriots?
No, the Patriots aren't good.
I mean, Patriots 5-2. They don't have a defense. Defense wins championships.
And you know
We
how
all know
bad
this.
the Atlanta offense is? They only scored 7 against New England last night?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Last
they'll
year
get
they-
if they get their defense together, then New England.
Did y'all see
will
Julio's
make another run.
touchdown?
I didn't
He
actually I didn't
described
even
it
see
from
it.
that. Did you see
Oh
it?
yeah, I did see that.
So
I
it
did see
shouldn't
that.
have
It's
been.
amazing. Oh,
No,
he just fucking took it.
It should have been a pick, and he just ripped it out of his hands.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
It's
it was
so
crazy.
good. But another
But-
team we're forgetting, the Saints.
We are
4-2
sleeping on the
Saints.
Saints, dude. They could. I mean, they're probably the pick to win the NFC South this year.
The past 2 teams in the NFC to the Super Bowl have been Panthers and then
And
the
the
Falcons.
Falcons.
So it's either Saints or Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, it is the
are
whoever
2-4,
whoever
so.
wins the NFC South goes to the Super Bowl, and the Saints are probably that's my division.
They've looked like they have the defense this year.
Here's what happened: the first 2 games, their defense was terrible, absolutely god awful.
Fantasy wise, they had -5, -8. I think.
And then they got their defense together against Carolina, and Drew Brees
Holy
started playing like George
craziness.
Drew Brees. So they won 3 straight, and they beat Carolina. They won 3 or 4 straight. What's their
Might
record?
be 4 straight.
Yeah,
They're
they
4-2.
Yeah, so they've won 4 straight. They started 0-2. So they beat Carolina, Green Bay. I mean, they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, but it's still Green Bay. That's a good win on your resume, no matter what. Who else did they beat the Lions, beat the crap out of the Lions.
And beat the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins are, like, at first that didn't look like a good win, but the Dolphins are winning. I don't know how. I mean, they're playing bad teams and they're not winning by much. But, I mean, they were down 17-0 to the Falcons, and Jay Cutler brought them back. Cigarette Jay Cutler brought him back.
He was smoking the cigarette the entire time.
He was, and he still won the game. I mean, the Falcons just love blowing leads. You know, that's what they're into, you know. But
we'll leave alone what they like blowing. But at this point,
right.
they should have won that game.
The Dolphins just like blow.
I had
everybody does cocaine for the Dolphins.
I had some fancy players on the Falcons because I'm thinking, come on, Matty Ice, where are you at?
Yeah,
show me some love. Wasn't there.
That's just like just like Carolina when they went to the Super Bowl and got embarrassed. That year they had the best offense in the league, and then the next year everybody was like, "All right, come on, Panthers, where's your offense?" And then they just sucked. I mean, that's the same thing that's happening to the Falcons this year.
If you're a little Asian boy who likes Matty Ice, I'd lose faith in him, man.
He's got Cousins right now, and Cousins is getting whooped by the Eagles.
Yeah,
by the way, right now.
But either way, if you have him on your fantasy, I say Matty Ice is going to be probably the bust of the year this year.
Who's going to be the NFL MVP? Because I've got Carson Wentz right now. The way the season's going, he's the best player on the best team.
Realistically, though, they're probably going to give it to Kareem. Well, no,
I don't know.
I think Tom Brady. First and foremost, don't forget Tom Brady.
They're going to say he's going to put it up.
Yeah, just because he's Tom Brady.
And then
isn't fair.
They're going to say Kareem
Alex Smith, one of those two.
Would it be crazy?
Alex Smith's been doing some real stuff, though. Kansas City is
until
that sleeper that just comes in late with a realistically.
Oh yeah, but see, until after Kansas City lost to the Raiders this week, I moved Carson Wentz from second to first and Alex Smith to second. I flopped him because Philadelphia's going to win. Just for right now, like if the season ended today, I'm giving it to Carson Wentz. Whereas 3 days ago, or I guess like Wednesday, I still would have had Alex Smith. So I think it's really close between those two. Would it be crazy, though, to think that Kareem Hunt can win the MVP and not Rookie of the Year because of Deshaun Watson? Because Deshaun Watson isn't going to win MVP because the Texans, even if they make the playoffs, he's still not an MVP candidate. Kareem Hunt is because he plays for a better team, but I think Deshaun Watson's the Rookie of the Year right now. I mean, he came in because Kansas City.
It's a good rookie class, too.
It's a stacked rookie class.
It really is. And he's 3-3.
Would be Cook.
He's 3-3. Did he start playing in the year? Deshaun start this year?
No, not the first couple games. He came in.
So.
He might have came in at halftime of the first game or something, but he didn't start the first game. So I mean, he's been showing off.
What the rookie of the let's take a poll. Let's get 4 here.
Okay.
Rookie of the years.
Fournette, Deshaun Watson,
Kareem Hunt.
Would have been Dalvin Cook.
It would be Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin
See, that's
Cook.
why I said 4.
You could really.
I mean, Cook.
Not your Rookie of the Year candidates, but you got a few more good players. Like you got McCaffrey.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's good, but
he's not Rookie of the Year good.
He's not one of the first 3 we just named. He's not.
You got who is it? Brait. He's a rookie, right?
No. I mean, realistic. Who else is?
OJ Howard. Yeah, OJ Howard. He had one good game.
Okay, we're looking offensively. What about defensively? Who's that guy for the Browns?
You're talking about Myles Garrett? Yeah, sack on his first.
Isn't he?
Oh, he is an animal. He hasn't been playing a whole lot though.
It's pretty hard for a rookie or a defensive player to get.
Yeah, you're not going to get the overall. Yeah. Do they do offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year, or is that just? Do they do that?
I think so.
They might do that. They might do offensive and defensive rookie.
I don't know.
I know they do offensive and defensive player of the year, Jordan Reed, 5-yard touchdown. There you go, Kev.
Bench.
How did Gronk do?
5 points.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh,
he has 6.
There was 6.
So.
Yeah, it's 9 now.
Yeah. Oh. Turn the 6 upside down, it's a 9 now, right?
That's what I heard.
The NFL's crazy this year, man.
NFL
I think the Jags are going to go a long way. I think
isn't
their
that
defense
crazy?
is going to carry them.
Blake,
and I was watching Blake Bortles Sunday.
He's not good.
I think he's pulling it together.
He's still
call
not
me
good,
the
though.
one man in America that will say that.
I will.
He is garbage.
I will
but
call you
I
the
was
one man in
watching
America
him
that
pull it
likes
together.
him.
He was trying. Really, honestly, I think it's the offensive line, which They have Leonard Fournette, who's been running
I
it.
guess-
Leonard Fournette wouldn't be running it like he would if they didn't have a good
I can
offensive
honestly say
line.
I've never watched the Jags game, so but judging
I
by the
watched
record
it.
and their 10-sack defense this week,
I mean, their defense is
And
I
the
mean,
fact
they're
they
4
play
and
in the
3.
AFC South.
They're 4 and 3. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, if you think about it, how does Alabama win championships? They have a good running game and a great defense, and the Jags have a great running game and a great defense. So I mean, even if Bortles can play decent, if he can play like half of what people like Jared Goff and Josh McCown are doing, if Josh McCown was the quarterback for the Jags, they'd be a Super Bowl contender. That's all you need. Trevor
Probably.
Siemian, could be the
Well,
quarterback.
plus, I mean, their star receiver is hurt. You know, they
Yeah.
have quite a few
Forgot they
injuries.
lost
We got to
him.
remember about that.
But yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. They don't need a great quarterback to be a good contender.
Right.
They just need a dude that can throw.
Just not turn the ball over.
Exactly.
Just do
Don't
good
turn it
enough.
over and be able to throw it on 3rd and 7.
I mean, I was
You
just
know,
kind
get
of
a first
looking
down.
over all of the standings and stuff, and AFC East is just unreal. I can't believe Miami's record is still 4 and 2.
I know, dude.
Like,
And the Jets are in that
the Jets are
division,
right under them.
and the Jets should
Are
have beat
3
the
and 4.
Dolphins and Patriots.
So, Buffalo, I'm
The
rooting for
Buffalo's
Buffalo.
good. Dude,
Let's
heck
go.
yeah,
I'm
Tyrod.
like
Buffalo
hopping on the
fan.
Bills bandwagon.
Like,
I
I'm.
picked up Tyrod in the league.
I've been a Bills fan
Shout out
since
Tyrod.
they were repping CJ Spiller a
Heck
few
yeah.
years ago, and
I remember it was like
I
the
hope
first
they pull
game.
it out.
It was the first game like 2 years ago. We went to B-Dubs and the Bills were playing the Colts, and it was Andrew Luck was healthy, and everyone was super high on the Colts that year, and they ended up being garbage. But the Bills beat them, and Tyrod had like 3 touchdowns, and I was like, the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. So I've been,
Those are good, dude.
I've been rooting for them ever since then. When Tyrod first kind of really came on the scene.
I mean, they're a good team. They're serious, and I'm surprised they have no weapons. They traded
No, they don't
Sammy
have
Watt.
anybody.
They traded
They-
Robert Woods. They
literally just have McCoy.
they
I
have
said
LaShawn McCoy and they have Tyrod Taylor.
And McCoy hasn't even hardly done anything.
Yeah,
And
he had
Shady,
his first. I think he had his
Shady's
first touchdown
trying,
yesterday.
but yeah, he had his first touchdown yesterday.
He had
Not-
22 fantasy points. Drake offered him to me in,
Well, you
on a
probably
trade.
should have taken him before that, but
No, I mean he offered me LaShawn McCoy and Alex Collins for Todd Gurley, and I
that's
said,
all right. But Gurley's
said,
been too consistent
no,
this year.
Gurley's the number. I mean, I think he's the most consistent running back in the NFL, the most consistently great running back in the NFL right now. He's going to be more of a 15 every game, whereas guys like Zeke will get you 30 and then he'll get you 7.
Right.
I mean, you're still going to start Zeke against anybody, but I feel like Gurley is the more consistently, like he's always going to get his 25 carries, and he's going to get 5 yards a carry or whatever.
Really?
And they're throwing him the ball too.
Yeah.
So he is their
he's
offense.
versatile, yeah. I mean, Goff he's a good game manager quarterback, and they got Sammy Watt, which he hasn't been doing much, but
Sam Watt's been on.
they rely a lot on the running game, but they've got a balanced passing offense, and that's what makes them hard to beat. Because
Cooper Kupp
he's
been
solid.
coming in.
He's solid.
He-
He's a rookie, right?
Yep.
Is Cooper Kupp a rookie?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got him?
You had him. You dropped him. Didn't you pick him back up?
I have dropped him about 3 times.
That's what I was thinking. I keep
So is
seeing
he
him.
on? Was he on waiver?
He's on there.
I'm a
He's
waiver.
available.
I'm gonna hold on to
Alright.
him just because I'm a Rams fan. I mean,
He's a good receiver to have on your bench.
I don't know.
Like if one of your
about
guys
it. I mean,
gets
just
hurt,
somebody
if you
gets
got
hurt.
or if you got a bye week,
I'm-
he's a good guy to stick in.
Marshawn Lynch is trying to appeal. He has a one game suspension. He's trying to get that appealed.
Oh yeah. Did you see where he went to the game after he got
Afterwards,
ejected?
yeah, why
Went and hung
not?
out with the fans. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that would be
That's why
pretty
Marshawn
cool.
Lynch is my favorite player of all time, ever.
Hey, man.
Well, besides Peyton Manning and D'Angelo Williams, it's Marshawn Lynch.
And man, I still cannot believe it, man. Zach Ertz this year. Just the
it's
Eagles
because
in
it's
general,
just
man.
because like he's always been a really good tight end, but he's never
He
had a good
has.
quarterback.
He
Yeah, but I
has.
mean,
I
he's
mean-
never gotten to prove it. But now that Carson Wentz is showing that he's a legitimate future star. I mean, he's a star already, but it's his second year. He's only going to get better.
Right.
He's got so
He's
much
showing
potential.
up and showing out this year.
Oh yeah,
I give it to him.
and so it's a
Good time to be a Eagles fan.
It really is. It really is. Future's looking bright for the first time ever.
I don't know.
For any Philadelphia. Well, actually, it's a good time to be a Philadelphia fan because the 76ers, dude, in 5 years, they're going to be hard to beat with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, who else?
Covington,
Yeah.
if he's still there. Okafor. No, that ain't using him.
They did have Okafor. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Him and Nerlens Noel, they kind of, I don't know where. He's on the Mavs, I think. Noel is now.
I think as far as the AFC goes, I'm gonna put in the AFC Championship.
I got Kansas City.
Kansas
in the AFC
City,
Championship.
for
And
sure.
It's probably Pittsburgh, maybe at this point. I wouldn't sleep on.
I'm
it.
gonna call it Jacksonville.
Man,
Oh.
you know how awesome that would be. I would love to see
Or-
Jacksonville in it. I mean, I hate Blake Bortles, but I would love to see
be
that.
awesome.
That'd be crazy.
I'm gonna call 14.
That would shake up everything. If the
I like
Patriots,
top four.
you know.
huh?
Do your top 4.
All right,
Top
we'll
four
do,
of the AFC.
We'll do top 4 in each conference.
That's
Everybody will. Sound good?
It's definitely gonna be Kansas City, Jacksonville. I don't know if Pittsburgh's gonna finish at the top of their conference, but the way Cincinnati's been playing in Baltimore, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. And I'm gonna go Buffalo. I
like
think
it.
Buffalo can pull out.
I think they can win
New
that
England.
division. They can win that division. They really can. It's a solid division record wise, but really all of those teams are so even. Really,
No.
I
I think
mean-
Miami's garbage. They got
no,
lucky. I
they-
think Jay Cutler's going to keep smoking cigarettes, and luckily he'll
they
pass
are.
out.
No, I mean they're
The
not
Jets,
that good.
I think the Jets will be their biggest competition.
The Jets are better.
I think-
they're not good, but they're way better than
They're
people
better.
actually think
They
are.
really are.
Dude, Carson Wentz.
That's
Look at
the best
this.
play I've ever seen.
Carson Wentz is just.
Dude, okay, you got to watch this replay. This is
Hey,
amazing. We'll
I-
cut this out of the show, but you got to watch this.
I think really that New England's defense is just going to fall apart, and they're going to figure
yeah.
that out. And when they
I
do,
think so too.
I
Look at this.
think Buffalo's just going to step
He's
it up.
completely sacked.
Oh, that's just.
Dude, that's my MVP. All right, look at this. This is MVP play. For everybody listening, Carson Wentz, he was sacked. There were 8 guys on top of him. His own players, and he got out of it and ran for like 30 yards just now. I'll put a link to the video up on the blog so that you can see it.
That was
Because
insane.
that's his MVP play. When you ask me, why do you have Carson Wentz over Alex Smith or Kareem Hunt, I'll say, watch this play. This is in a 1-touchdown game on Monday Night Football, playing against your division rival, and he does that, whips that out. Wait, he did whips it out. He didn't do that. All right, so who's your top 4? So you said Buffalo, Kansas City, Jacksonville, and who else did you say?
Pittsburgh.
So you did say Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I went with Pittsburgh.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so you
have
got
to.
Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and Buffalo.
Yep.
What do you got, Kamish? Who are your top 4 in the AFC finishing the season?
All right, I say AFC East, New England. I'm a believer.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be the division winners necessarily, but like just the 4 best teams.
All
Like
right.
you can have like a wild card.
I was
in
going
there.
for the winners. I was going.
Oh,
for
you're
the-
going division winners?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
we'll
I
do
was going
division.
for like their top of their.
Oh, so you're talking the
each.
top 4 seeds?
Right.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do
All
that.
right, all right.
Okay.
So I got New England.
Mm-hmm.
AFC North, I say,
You got New England.
yes, I do. I say
No.
Pittsburgh. I don't think any of those other teams are better than them.
No, I don't think so.
AFC South, I got to go with my Titans.
I don't know, man. 12.4 field goal. They can't score in the red zone. That's their problem. Suck up. That's why he's the best kicker besides Zerline.
That's okay. I think
But-
Bortles will take them straight down the toilet.
You're probably right.
And AFC West, you can't argue with the Chiefs. I
You
like the
could.
Chiefs.
You could argue, but no, you're right.
But you could be
You
wrong.
could. You'd be wrong.
Yeah.
So those are my 4.
So you've got New England, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, and Kansas City. What you got, Dev? Who are yours?
Mine are awfully similar to the commish.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the Patriots.
Yeah.
AFC West, I still have the Chiefs. North, Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
But in the South, I got Texans.
I like
Texans.
that.
I got
I like
Deshaun
that
Watson.
pick. I'm going to be pretty similar to you guys, too. As much as I don't want to pick New England, I
feel like I can't pick against
you
them
can't.
this year.
You really can't. Because if Tom Brady decides that he wants to win the AFC East, it's going to be hard for him not to win the AFC East, especially with them being 5-2 right now.
Honestly, I don't think they're going to do it. I think.
I mean, I hope they don't, but I'm going to pick New England. I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm definitely going Kansas City.
Let's be the next person.
And this is the toughest pick because really I think it could go Tennessee, Jacksonville, or Houston. I mean
Yeah.
They're 4-3,
This is the
4-3,
tou- that's the
3-3.
toughest
It's a tough.
By far.
It's tough.
Exactly.
I just
As far
think
as-
Jacksonville's defense is going to carry it out.
They're all three really solid, middle of the like. None of them are Super Bowl contenders. I don't think.
No.
Yeah, I mean, not realistically, but I mean, Jacksonville's defense, they could, be a dark horse. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville because I think they're the dark horse to actually make like a run. But I love Deshaun Watson at Houston. If they had J.J. Watt, I'd probably take Houston.
That's how.
But-
That's how I feel
But with
about
him
it.
out,
But they don't
with him
have
out,
JJ. So.
I'm gonna take Jacksonville. The way they've been playing lately is very impressive. Carson Wentz's touchdown was very
Who is that?
impressive.
Wow.
Aguilar.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I didn't play. Well, it's okay. All right, so NFC. Who are y'all's top 4 in the NFC? And then we will.
You go ahead and go
Move on.
yours first.
Mine first. All right, reverse order.
I'll go
Alright.
last.
All right, in the NFC, I'm gonna throw some buys in here. Carolina Panthers are gonna win the NFC South. They're in second place right now to the Saints, who are playing very well, but I think it's December 3rd. The Carolina Panthers travel to the Superdome in what will end up being the NFC South Championship, I believe. And I think my Panthers are going to pull it out in Drew Brees' house. So,
In Drew. It will
in
be,
the Superdome, the Panthers are going to win.
I can't go with that.
That's what I'm saying. So, I got the Panthers to win the NFC South. I've obviously got the Rams winning the West. I think the Rams are the best team in football outside of the Eagles. Speaking of, I'm definitely taking the Eagles to win the East. Washington will have a chance, but tonight was their chance, and they're losing to the Eagles right now. And I don't think they're going to come back and win. In the North, the easy pick would be Minnesota, now that Green Bay is pretty much done. But I'm going to go with Detroit. And really, don't count Chicago out either. Chicago only they had 5 first downs and 7 passes on Sunday, and they won 17-3. So,
I mean, but you got to have some kind of offense.
you do. Mitchell Trubisky,
I saw him.
Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen, they're a solid receiver away from being a legitimate offensive
That's what Tariq
contender.
Cohen is the
He's a
receiver
good
at this
receiving
point.
back, but
That's what I'm saying, but they had him out wide. His one catch for how
Was
many
it?
yards? Well, he was a
was
receiver.
for 70
he was out
yards,
wide.
yeah.
He's out wide.
So, I mean, don't sleep on Chicago. They're not going to win the division. I'm picking Detroit to win the
sleeping on
division. I think
Chicago.
Matt Stafford, the highest paid player in the NFL in the NFL history, they're gonna make the playoffs. They're going through a rough stretch. They lost to Carolina and New Orleans, which are both pretty good teams. Who's their other loss? Who else did Detroit lose to? Let me look. They lost to the Falcons, which the Falcons were playing really well at the time. The Falcons have kind of fallen apart
mean,
since
I
then.
wouldn't
yeah,
sleep
that,
on
did you
the
see how that
Falcons.
one ended?
Yeah, that was the
That
one
was-
where
see.
yeah, they had to review the touchdown.
Yeah.
And they called it not a touchdown. There was a 10-second runoff, so the clock ran out. They were on the 2-yard line. So they should have won that game. They deserved,
Easily could be 4-2. at
in all
least.
honesty, they deserved to win that game. And if they're 4-2, then they're second place. Right now they're third place. I think the Lions are fine. And I think the injuries are going to catch up to the Vikings. They're playing well right now. They're still beating people. But I think, once it gets into the, 12th, 13th game of the year, when it gets into the tough stretch, I like that, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
But I think once it gets into the tough part of the season, that the Lions are going to show that they're the best team in that division. So I've got the Lions, Panthers, Eagles, and Rams are my top 4 in the NFC. Who's next?
Be
Dev?
I
Yeah.
like the Lions pick, Mr. Slingshot. I'm picking that one.
Heck yeah.
I'm picking the Lions in the NFC North. I don't believe in the Vikings. Packers, they kind of missed that one guy.
Yeah. That
But
one
I don't believe in
scrub.
Sam Bradford, so I got
I think
Lions
it's
in that
pretty. I think it's pretty unanimous in the Lions. What do you think over there, Commish? You agree on the Lions?
You got the Lions
Lions.
winning that division?
Lions.
Everybody's got Lions in
Nice.
NFC North. Yeah.
NFC
NFC
West is another one. Rams.
Yeah.
Rams,
pick
NFC
anything other than
West.
I mean, Seattle.
You're wrong.
What's up,
Seattle
Kevin? What do
has
you think?
Seattle has an outside
Rams.
shot.
Good boy.
But the way the Rams are playing, and I mean the Rams are going to lose. Like every team ends up losing a game that they shouldn't lose, pretty much because it's the NFL. So they'll probably lose some game down the line, and everybody will hate on them.
Who,
But
the
the Rams
Rams?
are, but they're for real. They're going to win that division.
I've been watching
They're better than
Seattle
Seattle.
play though, and Seattle's sloppy. You want to talk
Seattle's
about
not that
sloppy,
good. They
too.
didn't
They're
even beat the
sloppy.
Giants by that much. Like
No.
they looked bad
They
against the
don't even-
bad Giants.
Their offense has not been there.
They're
No.
lucky
Hasn't
they
been
got.
good.
They're lucky they got Russell Wilson. He's such
Yeah,
a
if they didn't have
beast.
Russell Wilson, then they have no offense at all.
Like, they would physically have. Like he has to carry that team.
Oh yeah,
And he can only
has
carry
nothing.
so far.
Yeah, he has nothing. They don't have any running backs. The only receiver, I mean, they've got who they have: Doug Baldwin and Jimmy Graham. And that's
Yeah.
it.
J.D.
I mean,
McKissick.
yeah,
Yeah.
J.D. McKissick's been playing pretty
there
well.
you go. Now
Nobody
I
knew who
remember-
he was, but we all, us ASU people, we know them. So who you got? So you got the Rams, the
Rams.
Lions,
So
And
really,
then
the only
NFC East, I'd
contenders.
say the Eagles.
the Eagles. Yeah,
And then Redskins, Cowboys. I think one of those two. It's going to come down to one of those two. Are going to be that other wild card.
that wild card.
Because Seattle's going to get the other one.
Yeah, I think so,
Seattle
too.
Rams. And then
I don't know. I think
Cowboys,
I think
Redskins,
the
one of them
the
two.
Carolina New Orleans. I think one of those could be a wild card. You got those two, the loser of those two, and Seattle competing with Washington or Dallas for that wild card for
Yeah.
one of them. But
In
so-
the NFC South, yeah, forgot about that one. But I think
I wouldn't hate
I like
you.
the
if you-
Saints right now.
I wouldn't hate you if you picked the Saints because
Yeah.
they're a smart pick.
But the Panthers, they look so good against
They've just
New
had
England.
yeah, and Detroit. They beat New
Yeah.
England and Detroit
I
like
don't
pretty
know.
convincingly. But they lost to New Orleans. They lost to Chicago now.
I mean, let's be realistic. Did anybody see that scoreboard last week? Their kicker scored.
it was ugly. But
It did look bad.
it was bad.
awful
It was
that
really bad all around. It was two freak defensive touchdowns, and then but I know, but the offenses were 3-3, which is bad for the Panthers without a
Right,
doubt.
right.
But the fact that the whole game was just
But
ugly.
it's not like the Bears have a good defense.
No, it was two lucky defensive plays.
Right.
But then once they were in that funk, they couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, they
were
definitely didn't get out of it.
Like when we played football, and when we'd get down two
Right,
touchdowns,
you're down,
we
you're
gave
down.
up. It was over.
I-
That's how they are. That's why the Panthers aren't a Super Bowl contender because of that. They can't overcome adversity. But if the Panthers get a touchdown lead on you early, say they go up like 10-3, 14-7, something like that, then they have a really good chance to win the game because then they get some confidence. They get rolling.
What's
But-
what's up, Dev? Who you got in South?
So you got the Saints in the South,
yeah,
probably.
I have Saints in the South.
I like that pick. I do.
And then I think, I like what Chase said, Panthers or winner of Redskins, Cowboys. It's going to come down to one of those two.
Yeah, I
as
think
that
Seattle will
second.
get that. I think
wild
they'll
card.
get a wild card, and it'll be. Yeah, I think that's a good pick. What you got, Kamish? Who you looking at?
All right, well, my
We know
picks
who's
aren't
gonna
that
do.
different. NFC East, I think Philadelphia keeps atop the division.
Do the Cowboys make the playoffs? So they get a wild card spot.
Let's hear it.
Do you
No
think so?
doubt, no doubt
All
in
right.
my mind that they make the playoffs.
I believe that you believe that too. I believe that that's a confidence and not just a fandom pick. I believe that you believe
He
that.
believes that with his heart.
I mean, I can see it happening. Dak and Zeke are playing well. They're coming off a bye week. They got rested. They got it together. They definitely got a chance. But keep going.
So, NFC North,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Lions. Minnesota has a great defense, but they're not that legit.
They don't have any offense. So Dalvin Cook, Stephon Diggs is out too, isn't he? Sam Bradford's gone.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater might come back. I mean, but he's not going to be in game shape.
But
for
he
a
hasn't
while.
played in a while.
Yeah, he won't be back to regular Bridgewater. They're better off just staying with Keenum right now.
I agree.
But keep going. I keep
NFC
interrupting.
South, I like the Saints, but I like the Panthers also. So one of them is gonna get the wild
You think
card.
one of them will get? I do too. I think that's especially when Atlanta was better. That was the best division maybe in football. But now Atlanta showed their true colors. But I think the Saints and the Panthers are both pretty legit. So
Yeah. And then for the NFC
Out
West, Rams.
Cool.
Number one offense in
Pick,
the
good
NFL.
pick. Uh
I like it. I like the Rams.
oh. All right. What about you, Frankie?
See, and Frankie's gonna come
Zeke
in a
is
little
innocent.
different.
To
Frankie's gonna
to
come in a
sum
little
up-
different.
To sum up the NFL for the night, we're gonna get Frankie's pick for the NFC. It's gonna be a little different. He says.
Frankie's gonna be a little different. In the South, I think Atlanta's gonna come back and pull it together.
Really?
I do. I think it's either gonna be New Orleans or Atlanta. And
So you think Matty Ice? Ooh, dude, they smoked Cousins.
the way I seen Carolina play, I don't know about it.
Yeah, that's a roughing the passer all day and tomorrow.
Yeah, it was. The way Carolina played, that was rough, man. You know,
Oh,
I
it was
don't know
ugly.
about
I'm a
it.
Carolina fan. That was the
Honestly,
ugliest game we've played in a long time.
Detroit.
Since the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna call. Really, I'm not feeling Washington. I don't like them at all. Philadelphia all the way, baby.
All right. So you got
Yeah.
Philadelphia, Atlanta.
Really, I think it's gonna be either Atlanta or New Orleans in the NFC South.
Who you got? You got to pick one. You got to pick one. I know
I'm gonna say Atlanta.
I know who you got out west. So you got Atlanta.
I'm gonna go
got
Atlanta out
Philadelphia.
west, and I'm gonna say the wild card is either gonna be New Orleans or Seattle.
Well,
Or
there are two
my
wild
alternate
cards.
is switch New Orleans and Atlanta. You know, either one.
Yeah,
of them
New
makes
Orleans.
it. Right.
One of those
One
will win.
them-
The other gets the wild card.
Right.
Then the other is probably Seattle.
That's how I feel.
So
That's my call.
So you're taking the Rams.
No,
Rams, Atlanta, Minnesota. No.
you're
Detroit.
taking the Lions.
Excuse
Yeah,
me. Detroit, Philly.
I like those picks.
And then wild card, Seattle or New Orleans or Atlanta.
I
One
got
or the
you.
other, whichever ones they can swap out there.
Well,
I feel like Minnesota's going to fall apart. If Minnesota can keep it going, they may be the wild card.
They could.
may
They
sneak
could
it
squeak
up.
into the wild card.
I don't think Dallas is
really
going to do it. Dallas has been doing it up, but I don't know. I don't know.
The NFC is so deep this year that a wild card team in the NFC is going to be as good as some of the division winners in the AFC.
For sure.
The AFC might be more top heavy with Kansas City and
They're
Pittsburgh.
definitely top heavy. They're definitely top.
Who is that?
They're definitely top
Why's it
heavy.
got to be loud? I'm trying to do a show here. All right, Kamish, I see you're wearing that Memphis Grizzlies shirt over there, huh?
Yes, I am. We just beat the Golden State Warriors.
Whooped the Golden State
Woo!
Warriors. The Grizzlies are what, 2-0?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Best record in the NBA. They're only like what, three undefeated teams, really?
It
Like,
says they're up right now at halftime against the Mavericks.
really? How many undefeated teams are there? I know the Rockets are undefeated. I know the Grizzlies are undefeated.
Cleveland's not.
Yeah, Cleveland's not. Golden State has 2 losses. The Thunder have 2 losses. Let's see here. I'm about to pull it up. You got Washington, Toronto, Houston, the Clippers, Memphis, and the Spurs are the only undefeated teams left. It's only been like
Clippers. Wow.
either 2 or 3 games, and there are
Clippers still
only 4,
undefeated?
5, 6. Yeah. There are only 6 undefeated teams out of 30 after 3 games. Most of them only played 2.
Wow.
I know, it's gonna be a crazy year, man. You got and Chris Paul's not even playing in Houston right now. He's hurt. He got hurt in the first game.
Really?
Yeah, so it's just James Harden out there, and they got the best record in the NBA. Cleveland, they beat Boston after Gordon Hayward broke his leg in half, and
They
then,
did?
huh?
They do.
Yeah, yeah,
Cleveland beat Boston,
Yeah, they-
obviously.
yeah.
they
Remember
beat
we,
some-
we, were,
obviously.
we were watching that one, but no, that one Cleveland was up quite a bit, and then Boston came all the way back, and then Kyrie missed the game winner. Remember we were watching that one over here.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, and then the next game for the Cavs, they played the Bucks, and there's been a lot of talk about this so-called Greek freak. You may have heard of him. Giannis Antetokounmpo is his name. That might be how you pronounce it. It might not. I really don't.
Sounded like great pronunciation.
I mean, it sounds good.
There was a great accent on the end of that.
Yeah, that's what matters. You know, as long as you deliver it.
KD said
Antetokounmpo.
he's the next best thing.
All right, here's what happened with
Maybe that's
Giannis.
LeBron.
I was watching. I don't know why I was watching the Bucks play, but it was
I
like
don't
two.
know why they're comparing it to
Yeah.
LeBron.
Well, like 2 years ago, I was watching him, and there was a 7-1 point guard, and nobody knew how to pronounce his name. And I was like, this dude's pretty good. So I've been keeping up with him.
You say 7-1?
Yeah, he's 7-1. He played point guard. He plays small forward now. He
But
was
he's 7-1?
yeah, he's 21 years old, 7'1". He can he's built like
For some reason, I
Durant.
thought you said 6'7".
No, he's built kind of like Durant, to where he's kind of skinny and tall, but he's got the inside moves of like LeBron.
Can he bench press more than Kevin Durant?
I think I can bench press more than Kevin Durant.
Fair.
But I don't know. Do you think Kevin Durant can do 225? I can do 225. I could do 225 right
I
now.
don't think he could squat 225.
That's his
Oh, I know he can't squat 225.
But
I mean, think about it, though. If
He's
you're-
legitimately 6'1". Who's played for? Or
7-1, yeah.
He's the Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks.
He's the only player for the Bucks. Okay, here
Are
we're
they
just
undefeated?
Hey,
Yeah.
once
No.
they get Jabari Parker
They
back,
lost to the Cavs.
Antetokounmpo, Jabari Parker, that's going to be gonna be dirty.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah. Here's-
Jabari's hurt.
And Thonmaker
Here's what they did. They beat
and Brogdon.
the Celtics, and who else did they beat?
Snail.
Who did they just play?
Is it a good time to hop on and be a Bucks fan?
Yeah. No, hop on now.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
I'll
You
be
needed
a
to
Bucks-
hop on.
Right now, I'm a Timberwolves fan.
And
You needed to
Hell
hop
yes.
on.
Oh.
You should have hopped on about 3 weeks ago, and then you could have been like a real OG, because now people are talking a lot about Giannis. Here's what he did. Okay, so his first game this year, they were playing at Boston, and he had 37 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. His first game at Boston. They lost, I think it was 108 to 100.
Wait, is he a rookie this year?
No, he's only 22. It's his 3rd year in the league. He's only 22 years old, though. So, I mean, he's our age.
Yeah, he is.
How's that make you feel?
Yeah, exactly. So his second game, he was playing the Cavaliers, but they were playing in Milwaukee. But he's playing against LeBron James. LeBron is his matchup. He's guarding LeBron. LeBron is guarding him. He dropped 34 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Playing against LeBron. So in his first 2 games, he had 37 points and 34 points. Then they were playing. Who did they play the other night? The Blazers. They're playing the Trailblazers on the road.
Dang.
So on the road against the Trailblazers, Giannis had 44 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and the game-winning block. Here's what happened. So the Bucks are down 1 point with like 40 seconds left, and Giannis is shooting 2 free throws, and he misses both free throws. All right, with them down 1. So then the Blazers have the ball, and he steals it from C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum's like my size. And this 7'1" dude reaches like all the way around him with his 8-foot-long arms, knocks the ball out. It falls to one of his teammates. He throws it to him. Giannis drives down the lane and dunks it. They go up 1 point. So he missed the 2 free throws. Then he gets a steal and a dunk. Then on the other end of the floor, with 3 seconds left, the Blazers are going for a game-winning layup from their 7'1" center, and he blocks him at the buzzer. Bucks win the game. Career high 44 points, and has 3 essential game-winning plays in 1.
So he is the man.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be.
Is currently the number 1 player in fantasy basketball.
Oh yeah, he's
By
gonna
far.
be. I mean, his.
Him then LeBron.
Okay, yes. Let's say that. So let's say that Michael Jordan is Coke, and then Kobe's like Pepsi, right? It's like he's not Sam's Cola, you know, he's not that far down, but you know, Kobe's never gonna be Jordan, so he's like the Pepsi, you know.
Dr. Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. That's how. See, LeBron, he's sponsored by Sprite, so I'm gonna say he's Sprite.
Oh, okay.
Giannis is gonna be Sierra Mist. You know, it's like if you can't. I mean, Pepsi's bigger than Sierra Mist, but you know what I'm saying, like. It's like, hey, you guys got any Sprite? You got any LeBron? It's like, nah, we got some Giannis, though.
Okay, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I'll take some Giannis. That's what it's going to be, you know. He's never going to be LeBron because nobody's going to be Sprite, you know. But, I mean, he'll be Sierra Mist. I would say, like, 7-Up, but 7-Up's kind of different. You know, it's got a little more lemony twang to it.
I
or
like
whatever.
game where you stick your thumb up.
Yeah, the one with the heads down, thumbs up,
Okay.
you know. Heads down, 7-Up, or whatever it is. Yeah. Heads up, that's what it is. Heads down, thumbs up, then it's heads up, 7-Up.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. That's a good game, but you always, you know, you put your head on the desk and like you put your arm up and you peek at the shoes. So that's why, you know, if you're smart, you go from behind and whatever where you can't see the shoes, you know. But maybe I was just a cheater. What about you, Frank? You ever cheat at heads down, thumbs up?
No.
You know, you looked at, you didn't?
Cheaters never prosper.
Yeah, dude, are we prospering right now? How many people are going to listen to this show? We prospering? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm betting close to 100K.
Probably. So, also in the NBA this week, I'm sure you guys saw Steph Curry, a.k.a. the babyface assassin, a.k.a. the baby. Not to be confused with Big Baby Davis, because he's actually a good basketball player. But, you know, Steph Curry, the crybaby, you know. He thought he got fouled, and he didn't get fouled. And he threw his mouthpiece again, which, here's a stat for you guys. The last time Steph Curry threw a mouthpiece in a game, the Cavaliers won the NBA championship. So I'm not saying that the Cavs are confirmed to have won the championship already, but like go ahead and bet on it
I'm
because
sure a lot of things have happened. Also
statistically speaking,
I think Steph's more just a crybaby who threw his mouthpiece because he didn't get a floppy call.
I mean, that's fair. But statistically speaking, 100% of the time, when Steph throws his mouthpiece, the Cavaliers win the championship.
What would happen if LeBron did that?
Oh, if LeBron threw his mouthpiece, they'd kick him out of the NBA.
If LeBron threw his mouthpiece,
He'd be the worst.
they'd probably pick it back up and put some Germ-X on and give it back to him. What
I
are you
would.
talking about?
I mean, you're right, but people hate.
Unless
people love
he
to hate on
hit
LeBron.
a ref like he did.
Yeah.
Then he'd just be
But,
kicked
I mean,
out. What, is he
people-
only suspended for that game? Does he have any longer suspension?
I don't know. He has to pay $50,000, which, I mean, to any normal human being
Okay,
is a lot
to
of money.
me, I'd be like, $50,000. No, it's Steph Curry. He said, okay, cool.
Yeah, he just signed
Watch
a
me do
$200
that
million.
next game.
He signed a $200 million contract. That's nothing to him. I mean, still, I wouldn't want to give up $50,000. That's a car. He has to give the NBA a car. You know,
So?
a nice car. I'm just saying.
They'd be like,
I
okay,
wouldn't
what do I want to do? Throw a car at this guy? Yeah, it's worth it. I'm mad enough to throw a car at
No,
him.
but I'd rather-
If I was rich, I would.
Dude, I'd rather not give up.
Would you not over there, D-Newt?
I'd
Definitely
rather.
would.
I'd
I
rather
mean, if
not
you're
give
mad-
up
Definitely would.
$50,000.
Like, that's how you look at it. It's a car. A small car. Forget you, ref. Eat that car.
I mean, for
I
us,
don't care.
for us,
Throw
that-
me out.
that's probably like what? What would that be for us? What's something that's like $20-$30 that you buy?
Okay, what?
A T-shirt.
Yeah, that's
nice
like
t-shirt.
That's like a nice T-shirt. You go to
Nice Nike T-shirt.
yeah, you go to
What?
Dillard's or
It's
something.
like
you
if
get a
you're
nice
wearing
T-shirt
your game jersey.
and you rip it.
$24.99.
You just like if you're wearing a nice shirt and you just rip it in half. So I mean, if that's what a car is to you, then yeah. In that situation, I'd throw a car at the ref.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
I
right.
get mad enough to rip my jersey off and
You're
throw it
right.
at something.
Speaking of jerseys ripping, I've never seen an Adidas jersey rip. There have been 2 Nike jerseys ripped. One, okay, the face of the NBA is LeBron James. The face of Nike is LeBron James. Nike sponsors the NBA now. You know, they all have Nike jerseys. And LeBron James's Nike jersey ripped in their first game. That's just
I mean, dude just goes too hard.
that's just
you
great. That's
can't-
just great PR.
It's not like everybody's jersey rip.
But there
Is
have
there
al-
multiple jersey rips besides his?
No, I've never seen 2 jerseys rip in the same week ever. And
Wow.
that's happened as soon as Nike. Like, dude, the
But
jerseys
it's
they're
only
making off.
LeBron's jersey.
No, it was another guy's jersey too. Some scrub for the Lakers in a preseason game ripped his jersey. Same place, like right in between the numbers on the back, except the other dude's number got ripped completely off. And LeBron's just ripped right in the middle because the Nike jerseys
I
are
see
terrible.
LeBron's.
But, you know. One more thing in the NBA, nobody's talking about enough. Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, they play in a small market, you know, like Memphis or Milwaukee or, you know, somewhere else that nobody's going to watch anyway. So he doesn't get enough coverage, kind of like Mike Conley.
Yeah, but
It-
that's a dangerous post. Who did you just say?
Yeah, it's Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is they don't get enough coverage.
Right.
Like, nobody talks about it enough. Nobody talked about Giannis enough until KD said something about him. Then people were like, oh, I guess we'll watch him.
Oh.
Because he plays in a small market,
Right.
you know? And same with Mike Conley, who is easily a top 10 point guard in the NBA. Easily. One of the best in the league, without a doubt. But he doesn't get any recognition because he plays in Memphis. Doesn't have anybody else. Got Marc Gasol, but that's about it. Anyway, so Anthony Davis, in his 3 games this year, here are his stat lines so far this year. 33 points and 18 rebounds against Memphis. 35 points and 17 rebounds against Golden State. And 27 points and 17 rebounds against the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins, here's what he's done in his 3. Damn it, Billy. What'd you knock over? Getting that on the recording and stuff, man. Being loud. Little puppy over here knocking stuff over. DeMarcus Cousins, in his 3 games, has 28 points, 10 rebounds, 35 points, 13 rebounds, 22 points, 11 rebounds. So every single game, they've both had 20-point double-doubles. And, what was that, 3 of those are 30-point double-doubles? And, I mean, they're 1-2, but they lost to Memphis and Golden State. They beat the Lakers. The great Lonzo Ball lost last night. I don't know how. LeVar said that there's no way that he'll lose twice in the same week. And what was it? Gortat tweeted about it and just put like laughing, crying emojis. But no, Lonzo Ball. I'm gonna say if he drops at least 5 points tonight, then he's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. I just want to go on record saying that now.
Speaking of which, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, LeVar.
We love you.
You're our favorite. We want to be just like you when we grow up.
I just want to make as much money as you, bro.
I don't
want to be anything like you. I just want to make that much money. And I want you to know that Kobe could play all three of your sons 1-on-3 and still show them all up.
Oh, dude, fat Kobe too. Like, not like Kobe when he played either. Like Kobe now.
12-year-old.
No,
Kobe in 15 years.
Oh, easy. Hey, real quick. This is a live update. The Bucks are up 99-94 over the Hornets right now. Giannis has 30 points, 13 rebounds. Let's see how Malik's did. Malik has 4 points.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought he's been doing well too. Huh?
I mean, he's been getting 4, 6, 8 points. I mean, he's not doing great, but he's
he was player of the.
He doesn't start,
He had
does
a
he?
couple,
No,
he had a couple big plays a week or two.
Yeah, I mean,
he more was it preseason. He was doing.
It's probably preseason, but I mean, he's coming off the bench as a rookie and contributing to a decent team.
Yeah.
So I mean, they'll make the playoffs. He'll be a good seventh man or whatever. I mean, he's gonna, in 3 years he's gonna be a solid role player, I believe. Anyway, here's my take on LeVar Ball. I wish I'd thought of it. I mean, if I say that I can beat Michael Jordan, like nobody in the world actually believes me. I don't believe me. You think LeVar believed himself? No. But you put a camera in his face. Now he has a reality TV show. You said Shaq mentioned Big Baller Brand shoes in the same sentence as Nike. They made $1 million off that sentence. And then Michael Jordan said LeVar couldn't beat me. It's like, yeah, dude, that's why you don't even talk about it. He's not. So I wish I'd thought of it. I wish Michael Jordan would say he can't beat me in basketball, because then everybody would watch this
But
damn
you'd have
show.
to have a son that goes to.
Well, dude, I'll have a son and I'll make him go to UCLA and whatever. And I just want Michael Jordan to tell me that I can't beat him, because I want to make $1 million and I want 500,000 people to watch this damn show just because one guy said something. So that'd be nice. But that's all I'm gonna say about him. But Lonzo, he's gonna be all right. He's not. I don't think he's as good as people hyped him up to be, but he's not as bad as people want him to be either, just because of LeVar. He's actually going to be a decent player. I don't think he'll win Rookie of the Year. I think Ben Simmons is probably going to wrap that one up. He's
Ben Simmons.
He's so
amazing.
good. He's so good. I slept on him too. I didn't think he'd be as good as he's going to be, but he's very talented. I like Jason Tatum too. He's just going to be more of a role player though. But Ben Simmons has a chance to be more of a star. Like him and Embiid are going to be co-stars for the 76ers, where Tatum's going to be
And Fultz, if he figures out how to shoot a free throw,
yeah, for real.
he might be the number 3.
Anyway, so old Kamish over here
Yes,
has a hot take on some baseball. Let's see. I watched Game 7 of the World Series last year. I started in the 8th inning because I wanted to see if the Cubs were going to win a World Series. And that's the first baseball game I think I've watched. When were the Cardinals in the World Series against like Houston or something? Maybe not Houston, but like the Texans or something. Not the Texans.
Rangers.
That's the Houston Texans. I'm talking about the Texas Rangers.
Yes.
God, there are too many teams down there. That shows you how much I know about baseball. I don't know what team they were playing, but the Cardinals were playing, and that was with David Freese in Game 6. And like they were down like 3-2, and they came back and won the series or something. That's the last time I watched baseball. Besides, I watched the Cubs win. But yeah, so the lovable Kamish, he has some insider baseball information for us. He's actually on this show, on the record, he has never been wrong about his World Series prediction ever on this show. So he's going to come at you again with a piece of knowledge, and you better listen to it. Because the stats say that he has never been wrong about a single baseball game in general on this show. So, we'll see what his 2 cents are about this.
It's true. I've never been wrong on this show before. Thank you, Chase, for that great intro.
No problem.
So, we're recording this on Monday night. The World Series starts tomorrow.
Of course.
And it's, if you haven't heard, it's the Astros versus the Dodgers. Dodgers have home field advantage. And it's the battle of offense versus pitching. The Astros have one of the best offenses in the league, and the Dodgers have one of the best pitcher rotations in the league.
I did hear on the radio this morning that the Dodgers are someone said the Dodgers will win because they have the better bullpen, and that's kind of hard to argue with.
I think
But-
the lovable commish has to agree with that one, Chase.
Oh yeah,
Taking
taking the Dodgers, huh? On paper, let's write it down.
I'm taking the Dodgers. I think pitching prevails in this one. Even though Altuve, I love you if you're listening. I think a lot of you have a big heart and a little body.
So
Me, Devin, a.k.a. Kick, has the Astros beating the Dodgers 4-3. That's right, boys and girls.
how many games?
7
you got, Kevin?
games.
How many games you got for the Dodgers, Kevin?
I'm gonna
MVP.
say Dodgers win it 4-2.
4-2.
I have Jose Altuve.
What is the
That
best
little
of?
man with the big
7?
7, yeah. I got the
MVP.
Astros in 4.
He's calling us sweet.
Why not? What am I gonna lose?
Get
Am
the
I
birds
gonna
out.
am I gonna hurt
Yeah,
my
no,
reputation
I
by
got
picking this
I think I'm
wrong?
gonna go with the Astros in 5.
All right.
Frankie's in.
All right.
Astros can come out. They think they got pitchers, and they're
The
gonna come out
Astros are gonna
swinging.
swing. They're gonna come out swinging. They're
They
gonna
said,
hit the
you got
ball.
pitching, we got the bats, son.
That's 3-1 Astros.
Come
There you
on.
Write it down.
All right, sounds good. Next up, we've got just a little bit of high school action here. There's not a whole lot going on in Northeast Arkansas in high school football this week.
How's Brooklyn doing?
Brooklyn is.
I love you, Kelly, if you listen.
We love you, Kelly. We think about you every day.
Anyways, how's how they doing?
Let's see, how are they doing? They got 3 wins. It's week what? This was week 8, so they're 3-5. They got a chance to beat our record still. We were 4-6 back in the day. School record still stands. How bad is
And what are
that?
they?
They're 3-5. They got 2 games left.
Oh, so they got to win one of them?
Yeah,
do
they
it
got to
to
win
tie.
1 to tie, so they got to win both. They play Harrisburg this weekend, and
Harrisburg garbage. We didn't get to play
no,
Harrisburg.
we
That's
didn't
not
get to
fair.
play. We had to play Valley View. They beat us
Oh.
like
Yeah,
67-14.
that's fair.
Yeah, I know, right? They got Harrisburg, and they still lost. Like the next year, they lost to Harrisburg. We would have whooped Harrisburg, dude. It would have been close. Anyway, Harrisburg's pretty decent this year. I don't think Brooklyn's going to win tomorrow. They
I
lost.
do. They've been playing well, I think.
They've been playing pretty well.
How'd they do against Truman? They lose to Truman?
40-7, I
But
think.
Truman's amazing.
Truman is
I
so
think.
good
Truman's
this year.
real good
Truman,
this
they're-
Get us on Twitter.
Truman's only loss this year is to Gosnell, and Gosnell's rolling everybody.
Gosnell's,
Yeah, Gosnell's good.
Like, is that where Outlaw went?
Outlaw is now with the win Jackets.
Is that where he's at? 7-1. I've been
Yeah,
keeping up with
they're
him. They're good.
What about Grigsby?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened to Grigsby?
He's in Texas.
I hope he's in the
Texas.
NFL.
He's deep in Texas.
He's in
Yeah,
Texas.
he's
Great Christian man. Great
he's
role
at
model,
Texas. He's the future head coach for Texas. Is that what? So
If you can follow Zach Grigsby on any
Zach
medium,
Grigsby,
do it. He's a great role model.
greatest
try
coach.
Try to be like that man if you can.
Oh, he's the best. I just want to give him a hug. Give him a noogie.
But yeah, I think they can do it tomorrow. The record's on the line. Harrisburg.
No, I mean-
who else they got this season?
They've got Brooklyn has Harrisburg and Cave City, and Cave City's garbage. Sorry to anybody from Cave City listening, but you're garbage. They've scored I don't think they've scored over 7 in a game this year. Like Brooklyn destroyed Manila at the beginning of the year.
I mean,
They beat Corning pretty
They played
well.
Manila too.
Yeah, they played Manila. I know. We played like Rivercrest.
We played Manila our first year in 7th grade. And that was
Yeah, we
game
played them in
number
7th grade. Yeah, we beat them twice in 7th grade. Those were our 2 wins or whatever.
Yeah,
No, we beat
everybody's right, but-
we beat Westside the last game.
Yeah, okay.
Last game of
So-
our first year.
So
We used to beat Melbourne.
Yeah.
JV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so
they
they got to beat Harrisburg and
GCK.
Cave City.
but
and-
Manila beat K City.
No, not. I'm saying that Cave City's like on the same level Manila is.
I mean, they whooped
And
Manila.
we routed Manila. It was like 49-7. Like
for sure.
it was nothing.
Same thing will happen.
Yeah,
So, hey,
we should
good
destroy
luck.
Cave
Tie
City.
with us. Good job.
But I don't know if they'll beat Harrisburg. They got a chance to, but they're pretty much out of the playoffs as far as I know. Like I'd have to actually look up like the tiebreakers and everything. But I'm gonna go on record as saying that they're eliminated because best case they're gonna go 2-4 in conference or 2-5, best case. But they lost to Westside by a field goal. It was 11-8. They lost to Westside. It was 8-8 at halftime, and Westside kicked a field goal in the second half to win it. They lost to Highland by like a touchdown, and they had 4 turnovers, 1 inside the 1 yard line. We fumbled the ball, muffed a kickoff. I mean, it was terrible. So we could have beat Highland and we could have beat Westside,
Things happen.
and so that's a playoff team.
But
They're about 5 or 6 plays away from being in the playoffs.
Right.
But they're probably going to miss it this year. But they're making a lot of progress because we got blown out every conference game. They're competing in every, except for Gosnell and Truman. They've been in every game. Like, it's been competitive. So that's pretty good. Our other high school game that we're looking at this week is Nettleton and Valley View. They're both at the top of the 5A East. They're playing tomorrow night. I want to say they're both undefeated. Keep saying tomorrow night. I'm thinking it's Thursday because I'm over here. But they play Friday night. And I want to say the winner is basically going to win the conference. And they're both going to be playoff teams, and they both have a chance to host a playoff game. So that's a really big one. They're saying that, I've heard some people say that at Nettleton they're going to have to take the softball bleachers over to the football field to add extra bleachers because it's going to be completely sold out. But I've got Brooklyn. No, I don't. I've got Harrisburg and Nettleton winning Friday night. Anybody else want to make some picks?
Gonna go with the Bearcats and the Blazers, baby.
Bearcats and Blazers on the record.
Yeah, I'm not going to go against the Bearcats. I'm going to say Bearcats and
No,
Raiders.
Bearcats all the way.
So
Nettleton
we got.
over
I'm the
Valley.
only one picking against our alma mater, huh?
Yeah, why would
I'm
you
the only
pick
one that
against?
doesn't have faith
Sorry,
in them.
guys.
And who you got in the Valley View game, Devin?
I'll pick Nettleton.
Nettleton.
Nettleton over Valley View.
Well, there you have it. Billy, you're ruining the recording. It's kind of funny, though. All right, guys, that's all the time that we have this week on SlingShot Radio. Would you quit whining? I'm trying to do my sign off, Billy. But we'll be back eventually. I don't know when the next show is going to be. We might do 8 or 9 a week. We might do 1 a month. We don't know. We'll see how it happens. Thanks for listening, guys. Yeah, that's all. So, see you next time.
Peace out.